Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lexi and today we're doing another pick a card. Today's pick a card is, what does your person say about you to their friends, family, people around them? I know I haven't done like a ex relationship type of video like that in a while, so I thought I would do that today because I've had it on my list waiting for a while, and I felt called to do it today basically. So let's get into the video. Before I begin, I have a plaster on my finger, nothing to worry about. I just was being stupid with my scissors this morning and I cut my finger, but we're all good, and that was the only way I could get it to cover the actual cut, so it's in a weird way. Ignore my weird plaster. But yeah, let's get in. So pile number one, we have the lapis lazuli. Pile number two, we have the amber crystal. Pile number three, we have the citrine point. And pile number four, we have the clear quartz geode. So see which crystal you are drawn to. The timestamps are going to be in the description box as usual, and I will see you guys at your timestamp. Hey pile one, welcome to your reading. So today we are taking a look at how your person talks about you to their friends. So you guys chose the lapis lazuli. I'm going to pop that up here and we are going to get straight in. So I'm going to start with tarot and then we'll move on to the oracle cards. So spirit guides, tap me into the collective of pile number one. You guys have like a very strong light blue turquoisey aura. It's like a healing aura. I feel like you guys are like born healers. I feel like you guys are very intuitive. I'm picking that up as I tap in straight away. You're very sweet souls as well. And they're telling me to reference it because I almost feel like the person that we're going to talk about today may have tried to take you out of your energy, or I'm hearing like manipulation tactic, whether they knew they were doing it or not. Sometimes people don't even realize they're doing it, but like you are a very loving person. You're very sweet, you're very nurturing, and I almost feel like there's this feeling already coming through, and it's more of a guilt coming through as I'm currently tapping into their current energy. When they think of you, they are very aware you're very sweet, they're very aware you're nurturing, they're very aware you have a beautiful heart. They know that they effed up, or they did things that weren't fair, or maybe they told little white lies or bent the truth, which to me is a lie. They're very aware of it, and I feel like when you became aware of it or maybe called them out, I almost feel like they tried to make you out to be a bad guy or tried to throw it back on you. There's a feeling of that, to try and take you out of your energy, because Spirit's been very adamant with me as I begin, like, you weren't in the wrong. You weren't like, whatever it was that you may have mentioned to this person or done, like, you were on the money, you were on the scent. I don't know what I'm talking about yet. Like, that's just what Spirit's letting me, it's like telling me to say, so it's gonna hit for whoever it needs to, but they're telling me whatever you had said to them, you were right on the money. So whether they're like, you caught them like cheating or talking to somebody else or lying to you or something like that, you may have mentioned it to them and they try to make out like you were crazy or something like that, and being told you weren't crazy, you were right on the money, you didn't do anything wrong there. So that's something that adamantly came through straight away. So pile one, please spirit guides, the lapis lazuli pile. How does pile number one's person talk about pile number one to their friends? How does pile number one's person, your person's coming through as like, I don't mean to drag this person through the whole reading, but they come through very like mine, like in the sense of like, I care about me and what makes me feel good, and when it no longer makes me feel good, or when it starts to cause me disruption in my life, or when it starts to cause me an inconvenience, even if I was the one causing it, I'm going to just like walk away. There's a little bit of like emotional unintelligence, and I don't mean to drag them, but they just don't, they lack taking responsibility for their actions. That's coming through straight away, and I'm feeling right now as I tap into them towards you, there's almost this like, we're in like, you're a meanie, but like in like a childlike way, like that, in kind of like a childish energy of that person was in the wrong, that without looking at where they went wrong. You know what I mean? Whereas I feel like you're somebody that would look at where you went wrong, look at where they went wrong, and understand it so you could grow from it. This person does not think like that. And that's not me dragging them, it's just what's coming through. So pile 1, please, spirit guides. Pile number 1. How does pile number 1's person talk about pile number 1 to their friends? I'm actually being told it's different every time, because I feel like I'm being shown like a merry-go-round, like you may have gone round in circles with this person a couple of times, because they literally show me a merry-go-round going round and round. So it's been different every time. So I'm just going to speak on the last time that you spoke or were talking. I'm going to focus on that. Pile number 1. I don't know why, like I'm really being taken to the ladies' boobs here, and like they're really like sticking out to me. So if you are a female watching this, they're very attracted to your chest. They very much like that. If you're a male, it's just like your pecs, you know, muscles, whatever. But if you're a female watching this, they're very drawn to that. Pile number 1, please, spirit guides. How does pile number 1's person? We have the 6 of Pentacles. How does pile number 1's person talk about pile number 1 to their friends? We have the 4 of Pentacles. They're very careful about what they say about you, pile number 1. Very careful, because it's like they're aware. I'm being told they're aware that you're a catch. They're aware that you have a very bright aura. You're a very like loving person, but also they're aware that you're very attractive. They're referencing you being very attractive, and it's almost like, I don't want anyone else to have this. So say now they do talk about you, or they big you up, or they say anything, when they talk about you, I'm almost being shown like a Facebook or an Instagram, and they're like hiding the last name or hiding the full name, so like their friends can't see the name, so they can't like, you know, crack on with you or try and talk to you or try and find you on socials. Or it's like when they're referencing you, they may not reference your full name, or they maybe reference a nickname, so that you like their friends can't find you, because it's almost like you're mine, like you're in my little world, like no one else can have you. I don't want that. So it's like they try to hide you in that sense. Pile number 1, please, spirit guides. Pile number 1. How does pile number 1's person talk about pile number 1 to their friends? We have Death. The back of the deck, we have the 10 of Swords. Yeah, the last time that you spoke, pile 1, I really do feel like there was some sort of argument, because it's almost like this person's walking away feeling burned, but it's almost like they've burned themselves. Like I don't really feel, and I'd say if I felt like, you know, this party was doing this and this party was doing that, but there's almost this energy of just like, oh, this person's not doing what I want them to do. This person's very careful about how they speak about things. This person's very selective about how they talk and how they speak. What I'm being told here with this 6 of Pentacles and the 4 of Pentacles here, there's almost this energy that like in the beginning when they would speak about you, pile number 1, I feel like they would almost not necessarily like big you up, because there's this almost this feeling of this person sells themselves. I've only got to show an image of this person. I've only got to show this person's business or what they're doing, and it's impressive enough. I don't really have to say much. Like there is that feeling. There's almost this energy of like the friends that they have around them don't have a lot of emotional depth to them either. Like they don't seem to be around a lot of people that have a lot of depth. There's a lot of shallowness, at least in the way that I look at it anyway. That's what I'm picking up on. And I feel like because of that, the people around them only care about like, it does feel like the people around them and their friends, it's more, they only care really for like looks or status or job, work, car, though. Like it's that type of thing. Do you understand what I mean? That's the type of friends I feel that they have. So talking about you, I'm almost being shown them not necessarily saying much, but showing images like, look at this person, look at this person, look at this person. Because it's like, I'm being told in that area, like you sell yourself. They don't have to say much. It's like, look how attractive this person is, or look at this person's figure. They're very big on your looks when they're talking about you to other people, pile 1. In a very shallow way like that they are. So I feel like when they'd speak about you to friends, that's what they do. Show images, show like a picture of you and be like, oh, that person, that person's hot, aren't they? Like that person's good looking. Like that's how they speak of you in that way. And I'm being told the highest I was coming through to say that's how their friends would speak too. So it's like they naturally just do that with them. However, the minute I say that, I'm then being taken to the energy that they're in now, or the energy the last time that you spoke, where again they're telling me, like, they're showing me thunder and lightning, so there would have been like an argument, and I'm being told that there was a lot of emphasis on this person's asking for too much, or this person is trying to control me, or this person's trying to tell me what to do. And it's funny because I don't even see that from you at all. I really don't. But this person's coming through like, oh, you know, they asked me to they asked to like go on a date, or go do this and go do that, or like they're rushing something, or they're pushing me into something. There's like a feeling of that, like, oh, they're being too much, they're being too much, they're being too much. That's how it's coming through. But yet it's like, if you were to take that energy off them, they'd come begging for it. This is what I don't get about this person. They're quite contradictory. It's like they'd come begging for it. And I feel like that's what they would have referenced to their friends. Oh, this person, sorry guys, I'm pausing because it's so hard to read that energy. So I'm going to ask my spirit guides to guide me through it instead, because it's really hard being in their mindset and trying to pull their energy, because they're almost not making sense to me. I hope that makes sense to you. It doesn't make sense to me. I feel like they've confused you a lot. They're confusing me too. So spirit guides, can you guide me through this energy, please? How do they talk about their friends? How do they talk about pile number 1 to their friends? Yeah, they just keep talking about you like you're a cat, you're a hoot, you're a cat, you're a hoot, you're attractive, you're this, you're that, but it's very shallow. They're not talking about your heart. They're not talking about how they're genuinely feeling. I don't feel that they talk a lot about emotions. Do we see 1 cup here? We don't. It's literally swords here, and we have a lot of pentacles. So they're very in the physical energy, what people can do for them in the physical. And I feel like that's what they base relationships off. And it's like, for you, you're a very emotional person. I feel like you nurture, I feel like you give. And it's like they can't talk about all the ways you make them feel like that, because their friend group isn't like that. The people that they talk to, they're not like that. So it's almost like they keep that hidden, they keep that close. They are very connected to you emotionally. I feel like they turn to you for that. You're very healing to them, very nurturing to them. There's almost this runner chase dynamic where it's like when your energy isn't on them, they'll run towards you to get some of it. And then when you're actually nurturing into them and doing what they want you to do, then they'll kind of like cut off a little bit, or they'll pull away a little bit, because it's like they like to have that energy on them without having to do as much. And then again, like I'm being told, the minute that you would say, you know, I'm not getting a lot of energy back, or, you know, we haven't been on a date, or we haven't done that, the littlest thing, I'm almost feeling like you'd say, they're almost like, oh my god, can you believe the audacity of this person to ask me to take them on a date? Like, that's how it feels, how it's coming through. I have to say, this person feels very childish. That's how it's coming through. They're very careful about you. They don't want their friends or people around. It's like they'll big you up or show images, but they won't say too much because they don't want their friends talking to you. I don't know whether in the past they've had friends talk to people that they've liked, but there's this energy of like you're coming through as an element of fantasy to them, an element of like another world in a sense. I feel like you two live very different lives, and it's like they love delving into that, but they don't have the courage to really become that, even though it kind of makes them happy, to be honest. So it's like, you know that song Dirty Little Secret? I don't know who sung it. It was on the John Tucker Must Die movie. I'll keep you my dirty little secret. That's how it goes. I'm hearing that, so it's almost like it's almost this energy, like, say now they'll argue with you or whatever, they'll make out like, oh, this person's too much, blah blah blah, but then it's like they won't say this to any of their friends, but then they'll be at home like scrolling your social media or thinking about you, or just like they may even be with their friends when they're arguing with you, and their friends may be like, yeah, say this, say that, and they'll say it, and then they go home and they're like, I can't believe I've just said that, because now this person's like blocked me and not talking to me, and it's done, and now I'm like, like there is this energy coming through. Like if you had an argument with this person, they may have been with their friends, and I'm also being told they may have friends of the same sex around them, and because I'm almost being made to feel like there's a friend around them that quite likes them, and there's like I don't know, there's someone that's snaky around them or manipulative. It could be like just a friend, but it almost feels like there's something that this person, there's a snake around your person that is like in their ear. It's like the snake with the apple with Adam and Eve. It's like bite the apple. It's that type of energy. I feel like you'd be aware of it, could even be a parent, but it's like they may not want this situation to grow. Maybe they want to be with you, or maybe they just don't want it. So it's like there's something about that in regards to why you're not speaking. And I feel like under the influence of other people or people around, I feel like there could have been an argument where they made out that you were asking for too much. And I feel like with the Death card here and the Ten of Swords, I feel like that's what caused the crumbling. Maybe you asked, you know, them to pour in the same energy as you were, and they said that out loud in front of their friends, so it created this argument. Or maybe they were hyping this person up or making them look at it negatively, and I feel like they said things while being hyped, which it's all responsibility on them. They, you know, should think for themselves. And arguments like occurred, now you both don't speak, and now they're kind of like, the only way I can like describe how I feel is like gutted. It's like, oh my god, like this person's never going to speak to me now, this person's not going to talk to me now. But then it's like in front of their friends, I don't want to lose face, or like, yeah, that person's, you know, mean, that person's a bad person, but like within, there's still a lot of emotional weight that they hold for you. I hope this is making sense. Their mind is so hard to like read. They're really confusing to read. But with the Ten of Swords, there's guilt plaguing them, and there's like what if plaguing them. Like, why did I allow that to happen? Like, I don't know, there's something about their friends being an influence as to why you're not speaking, or someone close to them, a friend that's like attracted to that, or something like that, or a parent that's, you know, they can kind of get manipulated quite easy. See, not manipulated, but like they have follow the crowd mentality. So if someone that they're close with is doing something, they do it. If someone that they're close with buys an expensive watch, they'll go and buy an expensive watch. If someone has gone and bought an expensive pair of trainers, they'll go and do it. Like, they have that mentality. So if someone's saying, oh, that person's asking me too much, like, don't talk to them, or say this to them, they'll do it, because it's like herd mentality. Whereas I feel like you dance to the beat of your own drum. And that's a part of your appeal that they like about you as well. It's like you're not afraid to just be who you are. And by you being who you are, that's what has you in two different worlds. Because I'm hearing a whole new world, Aladdin and Jasmine. I'm hearing that because it's like you both live two different lives. And this person's very attracted to the way that you live, or the person that you are, or the way you present yourself. But there's a lot of fear in actually being that. So they are what their, you know, family or friends want them to be. And that's why my mind's getting confused, because it's like their heart and their head are in battle all the time. There's a lot of Libra energy here as well. They're very indecisive, but there's almost this feeling of like, whenever there was a situation where you didn't speak anymore, there was instant regret. But it was there's almost this feeling of I can't go back now. So I don't know whether you've blocked them, they've blocked you, they're with someone else, you're with someone else, or there was just something said where they feel like, I know they'll never take me back now, they'll never allow me back in. Because there's this feeling of like regret, instant regret. They may have blocked you and then very quickly unblocked you. It feels like that. I'm hearing tit for tat as well. So they may have tried to put something in your face that they weren't interested, or that they were over it when they weren't. Could have been another relationship, could have been that person I was talking about, it could have been anything really. But it's like Ten of Swords, this person is kind of, there's a lot of mental conflict here. Pile number one. I hope this is making sense for you, because I know this person is confused. That's probably why you're watching this, and this person's really confusing to me too. You're not alone in this. And you're very intuitive. You can read people, and I'm quite intuitive. Like, I can read people too, but it's like this person, I don't think they just don't know. They don't know whether they're coming or they're going. I feel like in the past when they'd speak about you, it was in very like high regard though. You come across as like fire energy, passionate, and you're like a firecracker, like a rocket, and they have spoken about you in that manner before. If you have been sexual with them, they have spoke about that in high regard. That has been referenced in high regard. There's something about your mouth area, your lip area, your smile, maybe your cheeks. There's something about that they like, that's coming through. The way you dress, they like the way that you dress as well. Someone's laughs coming through as well, they like the way that you laugh. And your voice, because they're taking me to like second house energy, and like like aesthetics and the voice, like they're taking me to that. Like they like the way, maybe if you sing, they like the way you sing, or if you talk, they like the way that you talk or present yourself like that. Or maybe you're quite witty, because I'm being taken to like Gemini energy as well, so you may be quite witty. Pile number 1, please, spirit guides, how does pile number 1's person talk about pile number 1 to their friends? Ooh. We have revelation. How many cards am I pulling of these? Let's pull 3. We have potential. See, they see you as this firecracker. They see you as like this sun energy. It's a fire energy they pick up from you. They talk about you like, that's how they see you. Pile number 1, please, spirit guides. How does pile number 1's person? It's 3:33 on the clock if people have been seeing that. If you can see, it's 333. So angel number there if people have been seeing it. And assurance. We have assurance here as well. And the back of the deck we have independence. Okay. Okay. How does pile number 1's person talk about them? Revelation, potential, assurance. Okay. Since knowing them and going round this merry-go-round, I feel like you've really leveled up every time. And there's almost a feeling like even right now as I'm tapping into you, like, whereas you both aren't speaking, I feel like you've almost jumped to new heights. Maybe you feel like you've had a glow up, or maybe like a job opportunity that you've had, it's kind of like blown up. Whatever the case, like I am picking up that, and it's almost like, because they do peep your social media from time to time. If you are blocked, I'm being shown like a fake account. I'm being shown a fake account on Instagram, so they may look at your account like through a false one, like a burner account. That's literally what I was just shown in my mind's eye, with like jumbled letters. But you know what it is? I feel like you really do trigger them to tap into their emotions, tap into their heart space. Wherever they're at right now, they do feel quite lonely or quite dissatisfied with where they are. Whether they're in another relationship or not, there's something about like, they're showing me like a garden and all the plants have died, it's winter. Like that's the feeling that they feel like they're in right now. But there's something about you that brings them guidance. I don't know whether it's the way you speak, the lifestyle you live. You quite zap them out of their energy, and they may be quite drawn. You know, like I was saying at the beginning, you have a healing energy. I feel like they're drawn to you because you have got healing energy, and it's like when they feel low, they turn to you. Not in the sense of I'm gonna use you, but just in the sense of like you feel good. I feel low and you feel so good, like you really pick me back up, and I feel like you do zap them back into focus, which you're not their healer. Like they're supposed to look at you as an equal in a relationship sense, not as a healer and that's it. And I feel like they do look at you like that. There's a lack of awareness for other people that this person has. That's nothing to do with you. It's just the way that they look at life. I don't feel like they've ever had to think too much about other people or how they're hurting other people. They still think of a potential with you. They still think about a relationship with you. But there's a lot of contemplation. Their friends have played, or the people that they're around have played a big role in why this connection has never got off the ground. Because it's like they see a potential with you, but that potential requires a version of them to level up that they feel like their friends or people around them wouldn't support or wouldn't like, or it wouldn't, you know, match the people around them. So it's like, I'm going to take a different route to match what my friends have and match what my friends are doing, instead of leveling up and following my actual heart. I'm not going to do that. With assurance as well, I'm being told this is something that because I'm being taken here now, the 4 Pentacles where it's hidden, what they don't reference to their friends and what they don't talk about to their friends, because they're always talking about looks and things like that, is how nurturing you are. Look at this plant growing from her hand. It's like you really nurture them, lift them up. You're like a guiding light to them, and they're very aware of that. They do see you in a high regard. They really do. And sometimes it does make them a little bit insecure, but it's like, they're quite intimidated by the fact that you don't need anyone. Maybe you're someone that isn't always in relationships, whereas this person feels like they're always with friends or always with another partner, whereas you are always on your own or always moving through life on your own. Not in the sense of I'm lonely, in the sense of I love being on my own, I don't need anyone. Maybe they have a lot of siblings or have had a lot of you know, their parents have been very nurturing to them and given them everything, whereas you may have had a lack of that. But through that lack of that, you've become very independent. You are a very strong person. And I feel like that's something that they do see as like an insecurity, because they always need somebody to fill a void, whereas there's no voids to be filled with you. It's like you naturally fill up your own cup, and it's like there is this insecurity there. You know what I mean? There is this insecurity there. They're aware that you're a dime pal one, but it's like there's something about their friend group playing into why you're not speaking, or something that happened while they were with their friend group that caused you to not speak, that they are regretting. And that they're almost either stuck in or wedged in now. So let me know what that's about. If that was like the person that I was feeling as a snake around them, let me know what that's about. So yeah, pile one, that didn't exactly go the way that I thought it was going to go, but that's what I had channeled for you guys. I really hope that you enjoyed this reading and that it resonated. Hit the thumbs up and comment down below if it did. I'm sending you guys all of my love. I hope you have a beautiful morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you're watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys in my next video. So thank you guys for watching. Hey pile 2, welcome to your reading. So we are taking a look at how your person talks about you to their friends. So you guys chose the amber crystal. I'm going to pop that up the top and we are going to get straight in. So pile number 2, please, spirit guides. Pile number 2, how does pile number 2's person talk about pile 2 to their friends? How does pile number 2's person talk about pile number 2 to their friends? How does pile number 2's person talk about pile number 2 to their friends? Okay, we have the 2 of Wands. How does pile number 2's person talk about pile number 2 to their friends? Oh, we have the Queen of Wands. Okay, we have the 6 of Cups as well. How does pile number 2's person talk about pile number 2 to their friends, please, spirit guides? How does pile number 2's person talk about pile number 2 to their friends? 8 of Pentacles. And we have the Queen of Swords. What was that song with Selena Gomez and she sang I Can't Get Enough? I know it was like a DJ that had done the video, and I remember the video of them like jumping on like a really big bed, or there was like pillows or something like that. That's what I'm being shown. I can't get enough. This person does speak very fondly of you to their friends. Pile number 2, with these Wands energies here, it's like there's a lot of passion that they hold for you and that they have for you. I'm now being shown the song The One That Got Away by Katy Perry. So there may have been an instance, specifically with the 6 of Cups as well, like where you spoke in the past and then came back into each other's lives. Or maybe you're not even speaking right now, but there's this energy of like, you are that one that got away. When they've spoken about you, they have spoken about you in high regard. I do feel like you're someone that they do check up on as well, or think back to from time to time. You present yourself, or the way that they at least look at you, is someone that's very confident, somebody that very much talks their ish, talks about how they feel. You're very involving when you're around people. It's just your energy in general. You may not even feel that you do much, but your energy is very penetrating, and it's quite like, it almost comes through siren energy, like intoxicating in a way. And with these Wands energy here, there's like a lot of like passion that this person like has. So when they speak about you, they do speak of you with passion. I feel like when they do talk about you to their friends, I feel like they speak about you in the sense of, to be honest with you, they do gas you up. They gas you up look-wise. I feel like they gas you up, like, there's little things that they say about you, like, oh, this person, the way they speak, they have such a nice voice. Or the way that this person, like, there may be, like, little things that you do or little things that you say that may be, like, quite, witty. Because we've got the Queen of Swords here. Like, you're definitely, like, a firecracker. And it's, like, they almost, like, maybe in their head, like, thinking back to something you said or something that you did and laughing about it. Like, you are kind of like a joy to them in a way. 100%. So when they talk about you, it's like, there's something about your hair. They really like your hair. There's something about them talking about your hair, but you having really nice hair. I just keep hearing I can't get enough. Like, there's a lot that they speak about. Your eyes, lips, like guys, literally everything that they're talking about, it's like, your person's very passionate. Whether they say it to you or not, they must do, because they have a lot of love for you. You may still even be in their lives, or it's just someone they think back of very, very fondly. But there's little things that you do that they'll reference, like, oh, you know, my person, like pile number 2, they obviously don't call you pile number 2, but you know what I mean, you know, like, oh, pile number 2, I went to their house and they had like this really cool, like, I don't know, I'm being taken to like a plant, I don't know, it's like they'll find conversations to bring you up in. That's how it's feeling. Like, they may have been to your room or your house, and there was like a plant there, right? And then they'll go to like a friend's house and that person may have a plant like that, and they're like, oh, well, pile 2 had a plant like that, and they'll like talk, and then they'll use that as an excuse to speak about you. So they do actually talk about you quite a bit. Yeah, they almost feel like, I feel like I can't stop talking. So I feel like your person may have a lot of Gemini placements, or just like they just have a lot to say specifically in regards to you. They very much do put you like on a pedestal. It feels kind of like love goggles. It could be in the sense that there's a lot of fantasy here, but to be honest with you, it's like, we literally have the pentacles here. I feel like they talk about you in a good light. They talk about you in a good light and wanting to make a connection work with you. There is this energy of sometimes you're quite difficult to tame, because I'm hearing Miley Cyrus can't be tamed. It's like they want to build something with you, but it's almost like you're here then you're not, or they almost feel like you may have like a lot of requirements or a lot of demands with this Queen of Swords about what you want in a connection, and it's like what they're wanting to fulfill it. There's this feeling of like, I can't quite keep a hold of this person. I don't know whether you are the one that like dips in and out of their life, or maybe you just like are always ascending and moving forward and growing and doing things. Maybe you're just very busy, you do a lot, you know, you're maybe like quite outdoorsy, and then you have a lot of hobbies, and then you have a lot of energy for your work. But there's just this energy that like they literally, with this Queen of Wands, have you on a pedestal. You're like on a pedestal, and it's like they can't, it's like every time they climb to be on your level, it's like you've climbed somewhere else. They're like trying to get onto your level. I hope this is making sense. Like, that's how it's coming through. That's how they're making me feel. There's a lot of emotional ties to you, pile number 2, specifically with the amber crystal. You're connecting to the sacral chakra and the emotions, and then we have the 6 of cups here with, you know, all of these cups. It almost feels like they almost look at you like a soulmate. They feel very connected to you. So I almost feel like you've been involved in each other's lives, or you have spent, like, this feels like you're already in a relationship with them, to be honest with you. This feels like there's a lot of a strong emotional connection between you two, which is why they're able to bring you up a lot and see you in a lot. They may even annoy their friends, to be honest with you, talking about you. Yeah, it's almost like you're a firecracker. That's how they kind of speak about you. It's kind of like pile number 1, except pile number 1 was kind of like shunning it, whereas pile 2, it's like, this is my person. You know, like, Kanye and Kim. I saw a photo, and like Kim was standing in front of him having like her photo taken, and then Kanye was behind Kim, like with his arms open. I think it was Kanye and Kim anyway. Like, look at my person. Like, so all the energy was on them. This is how they almost feel towards you. So it's almost like they will big you up any chance that they get. There's a lot of trust in you, to be honest with you. A lot of trust in you. Yeah, there's this energy of wanting to make sure that this connection works. And that's what they like speak about. It's like, I keep being taken like perfume. Oh, this person said that they like this perfume, so I'm going to go get it. They talk to their friends in that regard. They're very open with their friends. Or the people around them. It could even be like not their friends but family. This could be like energy I'm tapping into with like a sibling, how they speak about you. This person does feel like they wear their heart on their sleeve. There's a lot of love for you coming through. A lot of love for you. Yeah, I'm gonna pull oracles and see if I can get more, because when I'm tapping in, I'm saying, right, what do you say to your friends? It's like, what don't I say? Like, that's how it's coming through. They have a lot of love. This is someone that has a lot of love for you. And even if you're not speaking, they do really romanticize this situation and think back to it a lot, and the potential between you and the love that was between you. And there's something that you do that makes them feel very good. There's this feeling of you being a bit of like a vixen, like a siren, and it's like they remember that, they remember how you made them feel, so it's like they think back to that a lot, and that's the energy that they're kind of basking in. So when they speak about you to other people, or like your name comes up, that's what they reminisce on, that's what they have to go on, and that's what they talk about. Oh, this person, you know, and even like sexually as well, it's like, oh, this person, you know, they have like a nice chest, or they have this, or they have that, and it's like they'll really talk about it. There's a lot of fantasizing and passion in this person, like Aries energy coming from your person when they're looking at you. Yeah, let's pull more oracle cards. Pile number 2, please, spirit guides. Pile number 2. How does pile number 2's person talk about pile number 2 to there? How does pile number 2's person... Some of you guys may even be watching this for like a future connection, I'm being told. So like someone in the future. Pile number 2. Pile number 2. How does pile number 2's person... How does pile number 2's person... There's something that you may do for a living which requires you to speak a lot, or be in like a boss-like position, because that's how they're looking at you. Or like there's something about your words. We have the great goddess, sacred unity. Like I said, they feel very connected to you, like divinely connected to you, like soulmate-wise. And I feel like they do speak about that. There is this feeling of like, I've never felt this way with anyone before, but this person, like it does feel that's how they speak about it. It does feel a little bit intense, like I'm not gonna lie, it does feel like a little bit intense. Pile number 2, how does pile number 2's person... We have the moon, and we have Spider Woman, co-creation. Yeah, when this person talks about you and it's going underneath the 8 of Pentacles, this person's like, what's that song? We can build this together. Nothing's gonna stop us now. Have you heard that? It's an old song. Nothing's gonna stop us now. You know that song? And then, you know, you probably heard it. We have knowledge at the back of the deck. So there's this feeling, look at all this blue. Ooh. Strong throat chakra energy with all this blue energy. Okay. But with co-creation and the 8 of Pentacles, they talk about a lot of potential with you. Like, I want to go and do this with this person. Shall I, you know, like book a hotel and do this with this person? Or should I take this person here? Like, me and this person, we're gonna like build this together. Or like, oh, we have like a business idea. Like, there's a lot like that. It's like, look what I can build with this person. Look what I can do. Like, it's limitless. Like, that's how it's feeling. That's how they speak about you. There's so much like potential when they talk about you. The moon card as well, it's like you really speak to their emotions. Like I was saying, there's a strong emotional bond here. They feel strongly connected to you emotionally. With all this blue, it's reminding me of water as well. Very strongly connected to you with their emotions, which is why they talk about you so passionately. That's why they have a lot of passion when they speak of you. And sacred unity, again, it's like that soulmate energy. And with knowledge at the back of the deck, and then we literally have the Queen of Swords at the back of the deck as well. They see you as somebody very wise, somebody that knows what they're doing, somebody that they look up to. They really do look up to you. It's like biggest fan type energy. That's how it's coming across. It would shock me if they don't let you know this. I feel like you'd be pretty aware that they feel this way about you, to be honest with you. It could be a sense that you don't speak and they're just, this is the energy that they have when they're in fantasy, when they think of the past, because we do have the 6 of Cups here, so take it as it resonates. So you may not even know that they feel this way, but that is strongly what I'm picking up. It's like they talk about you like you're the best thing since sliced bread. That's literally how they're speaking about you. That's how it's coming through. Anything else, spirit guide? I'm literally being shown children. You may have babies with this person, or this person sees like a potential like growth between you two, like having children in the future. I am being shown that as well. I'm hearing Slow Motion by Trey Songz. Just heard that. If you guys have never heard that, it's like a sexual song talking about sex. So there's a lot of thinking of that. But the reason this person hypes you up is because of this emotional connection that they feel that they have to you, the way that you make them feel. They're playing me a song. I don't know if everyone would know this song, but there was a group in the UK called Steps, like back in like the 90s, and they had a song called It's the Way You Make Me Feel. I was literally just shown the video of it. They like dance around in like ball gowns with like fans. That was my favorite song when I was like 6, and they're showing me that. If you want to hear it, Steps, The Way You Make Me Feel. But yeah, that's how it's coming through. There's just like a lot of like romance coming from them. They have a lot of love for you. I could go on and on, but I would just be going around in circles saying the same thing. There's almost this feeling like I know I'm boring people, but I'm gonna just say what I need to say because, you know, yeah, they feel very connected to you. So pile 2, that was your reading. I really hope that you enjoyed. Hit the thumbs up and comment down below if you did. I'm sending you guys all of my love. I hope you have a beautiful morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you're watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys in my next video. So thank you guys for watching. Hey pile 3, welcome to your reading. So we are taking a look at how your person talks about you to their friends. How do they speak about you in their close circle? So you guys chose the citrine crystal. I'm gonna pop that up here and we are gonna get straight in. I don't know why I'm being made to taste. It's not even like a candy cane, but it's like a hard candy. So I don't know whether you're eating a hard candy right now or they're referencing that they see you as very sweet. But I'm literally like tasting like a hard candy in my mouth. Let me know what that's about if you are. That's only going to be for like 1 or 2 of you, but I just naturally tasted it. Or you may have sprayed like a candied sort of spray and I'm just like tasting the smell. It could be that. But pile 3, please, spirit guides. Pile number 3. Yeah, oh my god, I'm literally being shown Katy Perry's do you remember her album Teenage Dream? I remember buying the album and the CD, like the disc, it smelt of like cotton candy, and literally being shown that like the California Girls video and all the sweets, like that's literally where I'm being taken. Let's see why. Maybe it'll come through why like in the reading, but that's what I'm being taken to. Pile number 3, please, spirit guides. Pile number 3. How does pile number 3's person talk about pile number 3 to their friends? How does pile number 3's person talk about pile 3 to their friends? We have the world. How does pile number 3's person talk about pile number 3 to their friends? How does pile number 3's person talk about pile number 3? Your person's known by their friends as either being a player or like a hopeless romantic, always in a relationship. This person feels like someone that never gives themselves time to like grieve a romantic connection. They're always on to the next. I'm hearing Britney Spears womanizer, like they, whether they're a player or not, whether they're just always talking to a lot of people or whether they like literally jump from relationship to relationship, they are known for always dealing with someone. Pile 3, and that's coming up in the reading. In regards to their friends, we have the beautiful Empress at the back of the deck. So that is definitely reference. This never turned into a relationship, did it, pile 3? This always fell through. That's what I'm picking. Do you see the Page of Wands looking all the way over here to this Empress card? Do you see that? His eye line, he's literally looking over to it. It's like, this person really does like you. They literally see you as the Empress, and I feel like that is how they do speak of you. I feel like when they do talk about you, I do feel like it's far and in between, because they feel like someone that keeps a lot of their emotions close to their chest like that. Or they almost feel like when they're in... they feel like someone that when they're in a relationship with someone, that person's their best friend. Or when they're talking to somebody, in which, like, say now they're talking to you, they then look at you like that friend. So it's like when they're feeling something, when they want to say something, it's like they'll go to that person. They seem like Libra moon, Libra Venus, something like a lot of Libra energy. So it's like when they are around you, they may not speak about you a lot because it's like you that they'd go to. They're very like that. They're like, I'm surprised the Lovers card hasn't come up, because it's like they're very like partner orientated like that. But when they have spoken about you to their friends, they've referenced you like this Empress. They've referenced you as being very attractive. They've referenced you as being somebody that is very sweet. Again, it's like sweet, loving, like literally they keep showing me, I don't know what it is about Katy Perry here. Maybe they like Katy Perry, but like they almost reference you like Katy Perry in the California Girls video. Like, if you've seen the video, there's sweets and candy everywhere, and it's like Candyland, and she's like dancing. And let me think of the words. California Girls. Maybe you're like from California. California Girls were unforgettable. Yeah, it's just like, oh, what's the words? Daisy Duke's bikinis on top. Sun-kissed skin so hot it'll melt your popsicle. Oh my god, that's how they're viewing you, and that's how they talk about you. Very, like, tasty. Like, that's how they talk. I feel like they may talk about you in a sexual manner or just in a way that, like, excites them. That's how they would reference you to their friends. But I feel like they don't have, like, a deep emotional connection with their friends like that. And I'm being told that, like, there is this energy of when there's this feeling of like closing up a chapter or closing up like another relationship, having their eye on you and stepping towards you, being aware they can have this rebirth with you. I'm tapping into their energies, being aware they can have this rebirth with you. But then with the King of Swords, it's like something stops it. Insecurity, stop it. Like, it's like instead of up leveling to become the Emperor and sit next to the Empress, it's like this King of Swords stops it. Their mind stops it. They're very analytical. They're very in their brain. And I feel like that may be when they turn to their friends and speak about you. So it's like naturally they'll talk about you like this Empress and everything. Look at that. We literally have the 10 of Cups behind. And then 10 of Pentacles. And then we have 7 of Pentacles and Ace of Cups. So, you know, a lot of good cards come in here. And that's how they'll speak about you. But then it's like their mind is at times their worst enemy, pile number 3. So I feel like they'll become very rigid in regards to this rebirth. Because I'm feeling somebody not wanting to level up. You could become a king, but you're like a page right now. You're seeing the Empress. You could like become a king, do some inner work and become that king. But instead it's like you're completely skipping this rebirth. You don't want to go through it. You don't want to look at it. You don't want to look at your demons. And this King of Swords is blocking you from stepping towards them. And I feel like when they do get in this energy of the King of Swords, that is when they turn to their friends and ask for advice. But when they're in that energy, they're in a nitpicking energy, pile number 3. There's a bit of Virgo coming through from them. So it's like they see you naturally as this Empress and they would have spoken of you as this Empress. But then it's like blocking themselves from having something good. Maybe they feel that they don't deserve that. We literally chose the citrine, which connects to the solar plexus and self-confidence. I do feel there is a lack of it, insecurity. That's why they feel they have to be with someone to feel confident. And it's like they'll turn to maybe their friends and they'll naturally like nitpick you. And I don't mean talk about you in a bad way, but just like, oh, like these are my reservations. This person is really loving. What happens if they become like too loving and then it's like smothering? Or like there's a lot of doubts that will come up that they'll mention to their friends, to the point that like they go from talking about you in this energy of the Empress to talking about you in not the best light. And then it's like their friends like, well, why are you speaking to this person then? And it's like all of these things they've created in their brain are literally illusions that are stopping them from being with you. But it's like they're naturally nitpicking it because they fear like rejection, they fear being hurt, they fear it's like, I give my all to this person, I'm really gonna get hurt because they really are a dime, so I'm gonna nitpick everything and then I have an excuse to kind of step away. They self-sabotage. So I feel like when they talk to their friends, it's like, oh, you know, this person is very attractive, and what happens if like other people really want to, you know, get with them? Like, or what if this person's too into their looks, they're very attractive, what if that's all they care about? Like little things, and half the things that they say they're aware aren't true, or they're fabricated or kind of over exaggerated. But I feel like they do it for their friends to be like, oh well, maybe you shouldn't speak to that person. They're like, yeah, maybe I shouldn't, and then they'll pull away and they've just jeopardized a good thing, because it's then they're back to square one. But then they're thinking of you again and they're wanting to come back, and they just self-sabotage themselves like that a lot. That's something that's coming through pile number 3 quite strongly. Let me pull some oracle cards and get a bit deeper. Pile number 3, please, spirit guides. Pile number 3. How does pile number 3's person talk about pile number 3 to their friends? We have secret, but we have it reversed. But I'm going to place it upright so you can see it when I put it down. But it flipped out upside down. So we have secrets. Pile number 3, please, spirit guides. Pile number 3. How does pile 3's person? We have humor. This person talks about you in a light as well. That like they talk about you as if, when they're in the energy where they're talking about you from a light perspective, before they begin to self-sabotage, they talk about you as if you're like a really good friend. They talk about how funny you are. There's confidence within you that you have, that they talk about. Like, I feel like you're someone that has a lot of banter, and you're someone that they can be like fun and goofy with. So they reference that a lot. That's something that they use in like a highlight for you. It's like, this person's really funny, this person makes me laugh, this person feels like a best friend. Do you know what I mean? So it's almost like, it almost confuses people, because it's like when they first speak about you, they'll speak about you in like a light which is like, this is like the perfect person. And then the next time when they've allowed their insecurities to take over, it's like, this person's like this and this, like, and they're like, wait a minute, you just said that they're like a best friend, and do you know what I mean? Like, it confuses people around them, and they're like, oh, okay. It's very like dwindling. It's like a seesaw. It's like, it goes to extremes, the way they'll speak about you, and it's based off of their own mind and how they're choosing to look at the situation. Pile number 1, please, spirit guides. How we have the future. See, that's the thing. That's where the scared energy is coming from, because this is going underneath the King of Swords. They're scared of the potential. You naturally are quite nurturing to them. You naturally feel very abundant to them, and that fears them. And it's like, to be with this person, I will have to up level, I will have to rebirth, I will have to reach certain heights that they have. They're very communicative and they talk about their feelings. I'm not like that, and to be with them, I'll have to be like that. So it's like, that is what's causing this King of Swords, which then has how they speak of you flip. Do you understand what I mean? To talk about you in a completely different way, where they're trying to pick apart like any fault that they can find. We have knowledge at the back of the deck as well. With secrets here, it's a lot of their true emotions they do keep hidden. And that's, again, their insecurities. It's like, we have the number 4 up here, which is reminding me of the 4th house. So I feel like this fear or this insecurity, it's coming from childhood, maybe through the mother, maybe seeing connections with the mother or something like that. But it's like, that's where it's coming from. But it's like, when they talk about you, they'll talk about how great you are and you make them laugh or whatever, but they'll never go into depth about how you emotionally make them feel. And when you are giving them that love and it's triggering them, it's like they won't speak about that. So it's like, say now you've said something to them, like maybe you've called them out on something, instead of telling their friends like, they called me out and this is really, you know, knocked me off balance, or this is like, they're right in what they're saying but it's triggering me, they wouldn't say that to their friends. They'll turn to their friends and go, oh, this person's been overbearing, they keep nitpicking at me, do you know what I mean? But when really it's like, they'll switch the narrative a little bit to make it seem like you're the bad guy, so then their friends can convince them to step away. You know what I mean? And then they convince themselves to step away. It's almost like burying their head in the sand type of thing. That's where the secrets are coming from. Which is sad in a way, because they have a lot of love for you. They literally see you as this Empress. We've got the humor card right in the middle. Like, you do make them feel very good, but it's like, there's so much that they need to work on within themselves that they are denying doing. They won't do it. They're not choosing to do it. They'd rather run away. Maybe they've run away into a connection where they were able to hide that and be a little bit more shallow. To be with you, they're aware it would... Who is honking? You may get a notification from this person soon, pile 3, like a text or a phone call with those beeps of the horn. Yeah, you may get like a little, or you may find them trying to get your attention. Maybe liking a photo or sending a message and then deleting it. Something like that may happen over the next, I'm being told 6 months. Over the next 6 months that may happen. Yeah, and you know what it is? I feel like you naturally like alchemize, you naturally have a lot of depth to you, and I feel like they see you as having a lot of knowledge in that sense. Like, you're able to turn your pains into wisdom, turn your insecurities into wisdom. Like, you really grow from that, and they see you as someone that could create a lot of growth in their life, but it's like fearful to them. So it's like, okay, I'm going to talk about this person in a bit more of a negative light because they're triggering me by just being them, and that way I can, you know what I mean, they can talk me into like stepping away from this person. And then goes the self-sabotage. And when you look at this, look at the way the Page of Wands looks at the Empress. Look at that little smile on his face. Absolutely mesmerized, right? But then when we look at the King of Swords, which is coming up as the blockage, he's not looking at anyone. And look how miserable this guy looks. How miserable does he look? He does not seem happy at all. Yes, he's a king and he's got a sword, but look at that face. Look right in his eyes. That is not the vision of happiness. And that's the energy that they feel then. Because it's like, I've effed it up. or I've walked away and now I feel like this, and now I feel worse. Like, you know what I mean? It's that type of energy. And they don't mean to do it, but at the same time they do, because they don't want to level up at all. Yeah. So how they talk about you, pile number 3, it is as this Empress, it is as this abundant person, it is as this confident, very attractive person, someone that really lights them up. However, when their insecurities get in the way, they do shift the way they speak about you in a way that will allow them to bury their head in the sand. So they may project and create certain narratives that you won't be in a good light, just so that they have their support of people around them to step away and they don't feel bad within themselves. That's what I got for you, pile number 3. So I really hope that you enjoyed this reading. Send you guys all of my love. If you did enjoy, hit the thumbs up and comment down below, and hopefully I'll see you guys in my next video. So thank you guys for watching. Hey pile 4, welcome to your reading. So we are taking a look at how your person that you have in mind talks about you to their friends. So you guys chose the clear quartz geode. I'm gonna pop that over here and we are gonna get straight in with the reading. So pile number 4, please, spirit guides, tap me into the collective of pile number 4. I'm being shown a lot of green energy, like heart chakra energy around you. So you may be working on your heart chakra at the moment, purging through your heart chakra. You may be healing a certain situation right now, but it's almost at the sense of like there's a tail end of it. There's an energy of forgiveness coming up. That's what I'm being shown, like the end of a circle, the end of like, you know, when I talk about healing, it's like that circle going round and round, you're at the end of it and it's coming to this energy of forgiveness. So you may be feeling the brunt of a connection that you've lost right now, or you may be feeling the brunt of like something that really hurt you from like your childhood. However, I see forgiveness up ahead and you being able to kind of move past it and move forward. That was just a message that came through, tapping into you guys' collective. So pile 4, please, spirit guides. Pile number 4, how does pile number 4's person talk about pile number 4 to their friends? How does pile number 4's person, how does pile number 4's person talk about pile number 4 to their friends? 7 of Wands. Okay, how does pile number 4's person talk about pile number 4 to their friends? We have the High Priestess. How does pile number 4's person, we have the King of Cups. Okay. Okay, how does pile number 4's person talk about pile number 4 to their friends? I feel like you don't speak, and I feel like when you stopped speaking, it was like divine intervention. Like it was a blessing in disguise when you stopped speaking. We have the 8 of Swords at the back of the deck, but I do feel that there may be ties in regards to this person towards you. Maybe both ways, but it does feel more so them. Like, this person is in denial of their feelings and how they feel. And I feel like even when I'm about to go in a second and talk about how they talk about you with their friends, it's from like a level of, there's not a lot of truth to it. Like they're never being really truthful of how they feel. This person feels a little bit like a poser, trying to keep people around them happy, or trying to, it's like they don't want to talk about their true feelings or how they feel. And I feel like they're the type of person that would be like, I don't care. I don't even care about that person. Didn't care anyway. Like, it's that type of feeling. But they naturally go about life trying to act like that. Whereas inside, underneath, there's a lot of bubbling that comes up, which will be addressed in this reading because that's what's coming through and I want to talk about it. But I'm going to get into how they speak about you first. Very much similar to pile number 1 in the sense you may not be speaking and that there may have been an argument and that's why you guys don't speak. But there's this energy coming through. Again, you may have been drawn to pile number 1 because there's this energy of you being very intuitive, maybe seeing something or calling them out, or maybe just seeing through their BS or seeing through the facade that they like to carry. I feel that you would have either mentioned that to them or they're just aware. but they've almost flipped it through a projection that you were being argumentative, trying to argue with them, that you were maybe being manipulative. And I feel like how they've spoken about you to their friends is that you were arguing with them for no reason, or just causing a fuss for no reason, or that you were being manipulative, or you were you had ill intentions. They're very aware that you didn't. It's just that there's almost this person, like, this person will make a mess, and then when someone says to them, excuse me, can you clean that up, they'll kind of like kick it over and be like, I can't believe you just said that to me, and then run away, and then be like, that person just, like, you know, interrupted my fun or something. Like, they'll be like that, instead of actually dealing with the actual emotion. Kind of similar to pile number 1, to be honest with you. How they speak about you to their friends, I feel like they try not to bring you up, pile number 1, and if you are brought up, they very much stay in this King of Cups energy of don't care, that person was causing me arguments, that person was doing all of this person was making me feel like that, don't care, don't want to talk about it. But it's because it triggers them. That's why they don't like to talk about you, because then they have to take accountability of how things went down. But it's keeping them in this 8 of Swords energy where they're stuck still thinking about you, because it's like there's still emotional ties to you that they haven't purged out or haven't worked through. So they still feel bound to the connection in that way, because they're not necessarily addressing the issue. I do feel when this person was in your life, they took a lot from you, in the sense that they took a lot of your emotions, they took a lot of your they took a lot of your emotions, they took a lot of your energy. And it's funny that when I chose this pile, I was going to choose a black crystal because I saw black. And when we think of like black, it absorbs negative energy. But I can't remember where I put my tourmalines. I think they're downstairs. So I said, Spirit, give me another crystal to like use. And I chose the clear quartz, which is, again, cleansing negative energies, purifying energies. So I feel like this person being out of your life, I feel like you've gone through a purification. I feel like you feel a lot lighter when they're not in your life. This may have even been an empath narc situation, not for all of you, it may have been, but I just feel like they very rarely take accountability. And in regards to their friends, there's not a lot of talk in regards to you, because I feel like it will trigger them, or it's like, I don't want to reference that person, I want to bury it, because if I dig it up, I'll have to take accountability, and feelings of guilt will come through, or feelings of inadequacy will come through. I will feel triggered, and I don't want to do that, so I'm going to bury it. It's like, look, he's batting it off. But when they've spoken about you, it's like you've seen through them. You may have leveled up in their presence. Maybe in the past you maybe saw through them, but you gave them the benefit of the doubt. You forgave them a lot. Maybe you saw the light in them. But I feel you have, leveled up and grown. I feel like it's got to a point where you're very much in your power with this High Priestess. And I feel like you very much were like, let's cut the BS. I can see through it. Like, this has gone on a few times and you've tried this behavior with me. I don't want it to happen again. Let's cut the BS. And I feel like they've kind of run now. You know what I mean? It's like I was able to get away with it and now I can't. So they're seeing you as this powerful High Priestess, but that's not how they're speaking about you. With the King of Cups here and the Seven of Wands, it's like they're manipulating the energy of the High Priestess, in the sense that they're referencing that you may have negative intentions, you may be manipulative, and they know that it's not the case, because we literally have the Eight of Swords. You know what I mean? They're getting kind of caught in a web. And I feel like you're not the first person that they've done this to. I feel like they tend to villainize people that don't go along with what they're wanting. And I would say they don't realize that they're doing it, but they are aware that they're doing it, but they don't allow it to come into their consciousness. It's like the minute they feel that sort of feeling, they'll bat it down like, I'm right. There's a lot of insecurity, but they're referencing the scene from Matilda where the person was like, I'm right, you're wrong, I'm big, you're small. That's how it's coming through. So they'll act like that when inside there's a lot that they're like, they don't feel emotionally fulfilled, because any of these triggers that they could easily purge and then be able to feel light, they won't do it. And it's keeping them in this Eight of Swords. And look at what's behind the Eight of Swords, the Nine of Pentacles. If they allowed that, they could have this Nine of Pentacles for themselves. They could have a very beautiful connection, but it's like they don't allow that. And I feel like that's what's jeopardized it. And I feel like throughout knowing them, you've gotten to know your power, and they really haven't liked it. They're not very talkative about you in any other sense. I just feel like they're very careful about how, they come across to a lot of people as the King of Cups, like not giving much away. They may be like an Earth rising, a Scorpio rising, something like that. They don't give a lot away. So there's not a lot of talk that they would say, because to talk about someone, it's like, especially someone that they're dealing with in like a romantic state or something like that, they'd have to talk about it through emotion, and this person doesn't like to show their emotion. And it's almost like they'll do things in the sense of what benefits me. If I'm talking about this person in a light way, or if I'm talking about how this person is making me feel, that's not going to benefit me talking about that person like that to my friends, so I'm not going to do it. So they're very kind of, I'm shocked the Four of Pentacles didn't come out, because they're very like to themselves like that. They are capable of deep emotion, they just don't like to feel it. And that's something that they've got to work on. Maybe you saw that in them and wanted to like fix or heal them. This does feel like empath situation where you may have like, you know, broken bread, wanted to help, but then realized, you know, you couldn't get them to. And I feel like you standing your ground has had them kind of project onto you through triggers. Oh, well, this person's just mean, or this person's, you know, that's how it's coming across. But there's this reference of I don't care, I don't care, I don't care. But it's all bubbling underneath, guys. Like I'm being shown somebody like sitting on a kettle and the water's bubbling below. And they're just not wanting to deal with it. And I wish I could tell you more about what they say, but I'm not picking up anything else. It's almost like they're even batting me away. Like, don't even care, don't care. But I can see underneath there's a lot. And when that kettle like blows, there's going to be a lot of emotions to purge. And then they'll definitely care, you know what I mean? So that's the stance that they have. It's all kind of being swept under. I'm literally being shown somebody with this massive carpet, just like shoving it into the carpet, don't care, move on, and onto the next, don't care, like, but it's all there, and the carpet's just getting bigger and bigger. They have like they have a carpet the size of a house and everything's under it. They're like, don't care, don't care. And yeah, that's where they are. But there's something about divine intervention here, like you being protected, or this connection dissolving, spirit kind of like watching that, or this connection was divinely set so you could learn about yourself and grow. There's something very spiritual about this connection in that sense. Like you've grown from it, you've learned from it, you've up leveled from it. That's what I'm picking up. Whereas this person, they're still in this Eight of Swords, whereas you're in your High Priestess. So let's pull some oracle cards. How does pile number 4's person talk about pile number 4 to their friends? We have patterns. So you have gone round and round with this person, maybe pile number 4. We literally have patterns here. And this is also a pattern that they have had with a lot of other people. They do it with other people. It's something that they are always going around. And with the green here, it's coming from the heart chakra. It's a wounded heart chakra. It's a blocked heart chakra. They're not wanting to tap into that energy. They don't have like an open heart chakra like that. So it's like with patterns here, it's like they go around in circles with other people like that. And I feel like you may have gone around in circles with them until you kind of like learned that you couldn't, you know, heal or fix, or looked at them from face value and not their potential. I feel like that this is that type of connection that you've had with them, pile 4. Pile number 4, please, spirit guides. How does pile number 4's person talk about pile number 4? We have adaptability. Look at all this green. It's a block in the heart chakra. Because look at all this green that's coming through. Look at all this green. Pile number 4, please, spirit guides. Pile number 4. How does... Oh, car just jumped on the floor. Oh, we have... Oh my god, you know I was saying I was seeing a lot of green? We literally have the goddess Green Gara. Literally here, that's popped out. Salvation. Yeah, I feel like you wanted to fix them. You wanted to heal them. I feel like you wanted to help. I feel like it would hurt you and you couldn't, or you wanted to love them. It's like, why don't you? I'm literally being shown the scene of Harley Quinn and the Joker, and she's like, she puts like a gun to her head, and she's like, she puts a gun to his head, and he just starts laughing, and she says, my heart scares you, but a gun doesn't. And she like is really irritated by that, and I'm being shown that scene because I feel like that was you. I feel like it was in the past. Like, how can like me just literally loving you like scare you this much? Why are you running from that? Like, I don't understand. We also have time here as well. Yeah, you have a strong healing energy. We have flow. at the back of the deck. If you can hear noises, guys, that is my granddad. I have an exercise bike, and he has a bit of like Alzheimer's, and I have an exercise bike that keeps clicking, and he keeps coming up to fix it. It's still in the same state, but he keeps coming up to fix it. So if you hear someone talking in the background, that's my granddad. But yeah, with patterns and adaptability, I feel like with adaptability coming into the High Priestess, you've really grown. You've really tapped into your energy. You've really like called this person out, or really stood your ground. And I feel like this person's been really triggered by that. And it has affected them more than you realize, but it's all underneath them right now. They're not wanting to deal with it. Yeah, patterns, they're used to self-sabotage and pushing away, don't want it, don't care. I'm over it, don't care. Like they're like that. With the King of Cups and Salvation as well, I just feel like they do see a lot of healing energy within you. I feel like they are connected to your light, but it's just like they don't have the same capacity in them to love you like back like that. So it's like they're very void like that. They keep everything hidden. It's like, I don't want to talk about it. I no. That's why they rarely speak about you like that. And anyone, by the way, anyone. We also have time as well. I am being told with divine timing they will try and come back around, but please use your discernment, because this person does not feel like they're wanting to do any work anytime soon. But this person will be back around at one point. If they did walk away or run away, I feel like they will definitely come back around with the 3 there. It may be within the next 3 months, or maybe something happened around March, or the last 3 months just gone. But Spirit's saying with this flow card at the back of the deck, like, look at this person stuck in the 8 of Swords. You're here as this flow card, like you're flowing, you're growing, you're moving on. We have 44 up here, you know, divine connection from your spirit guides. I feel like they're very around you, very protecting you, and I feel like you've flown into abundance, you flowed there. And I feel like this person's so rigid, not wanting to do that, not wanting to just touch any of that. It's like they'd rather be emotionally cut off because it's more comfortable and it's safe for them. And I feel like that's something that's coming from their childhood. Knowing that you're in this power, they may come back around again. The timeline that I'm seeing right now, I don't see a change. It's all the same. But yeah, that's what I'm picking for you, pal, for. I'm sorry I couldn't pick up any more of what they say. But that's just the energy that I got. I couldn't, you know, pull anything else. That was all that was coming through. But either way, I really hope that I was able to help you see this connection from a different light. And I hope this helped you in any way. Hit the thumbs up and comment down below if it did. I'm sending you guys all of my love. I hope you have a beautiful morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you're watching. And hopefully I'll see you guys in my next video. So thank you guys for watching.